Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Sen-Taur Scrolls, Lore, Fire, and Forbidden Texts. I'm the real Reverend Mother Mary Kateryn, and I am happy to have you here with me today. So, a couple of things. Um, the Book of Enoch is now also out on Kindle and Kindle Unlimited. So, if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free to you, and you just have to read it. And I think I don't remember the prices on Kindle, but also, of course, on Amazon. And the second thing is I would like to congratulate again Brother Fruitbat on his fourth level elevation. Congratulations, and a big shout out to you for all the dedication and hard work to get you to this point. Truly honorable honorable thing. So we're very happy to wish you our congratulations and blessed be. So we are in chapter 9 of Aradia, or the Gospel of the Witches, which is, of course, written by C.G. Leland, and we'll probably get through chapter 9 and 10 today. Chapter 11 is pretty long, so I think we'll wait for next week for that one. But let's get into our text and see if I can murder these names. Chapter 9. Tana and Edamone, or Diana and Endymion. Now, it is fabled that Endymion admitted to Olympius, whence he was expelled, for want of respect to Juno, was banished for 30 years to earth, and having been allowed to sleep, this time in a cave of Mount Latmos, Diana, smitten with his beauty, visited him every night till she had by him 50 daughters and one son. And after this, Endymion was recalled to Olympius, and that says it's by Dis-Stor Mitol. The following legend and the spells were given under the name or title of Tana. This was the old Etruscan name for Diana, which is still preserved in the Romagna, Toscana, in more than one Italian and French work I have found some account or tale how a witch charmed a girl to sleep for a lover, but this is the only explanation of the whole ceremony known to me. Tana. Tana is a beautiful goddess, and she loved a marvelously handsome youth named Edamone. But her love was crossed by a witch who was her rival, although Edamone did not care for the latter. But the witch resolved to win him, whether he would or not, and with the latter's broom, and when there, she assumed the appearance of Tana, whom he loved, so that he was delighted to behold her, as he thought, and welcomed her with passionate embraces. Yet this gave him into her power, for it enabled her to perform a certain magic spell by clipping a lock of his hair. Then she went home, and taking a piece of sheep's intestine, formed of it a purse, and in this she put that which she had taken, with a red and black ribbon bound together, with a feather, and pepper and salt. And then she sang a song. These were the words, a song of witchcraft of the very old time. The spell. This bag for Endemone I wove, it is my vengeance for the love, for the deep love I had for thee, which thou wouldst not return to me, but bore it all to Tanna's shrine, and Tanna never shall be thine. Now every night in agony, by me thou shalt oppressed be. From day to day, from hour to hour, I'll make thee feel the witch's power. With passion thou shalt be tormented, and yet with pleasure ne'er contented. Enwrapped in slumber thou shalt lie, to know that thy beloved is by. And ever dying never die, without the power to speak a word, nor shall her voice by thee be heard. Tormented by love's agony, there shall be no relief for thee. For my strong spell thou canst not break, and from that sleep thou ne'er shalt wake. Little by little thou shalt waste, like taper by the embers placed. Little by little thou shalt die, yet ever living, tortured lie. Strong in desire, yet ever weak, without the power to move or speak. With all the love I had for thee, thou shalt thou thyself tormented be. Since all the love I felt of late, I'll make thee feel in burning hate. Forever on thy torture bent, I am revenged, and now content. But Tanna, who was far more powerful than the witch, could not be able to break the spell by which he was compelled to sleep. Took from him all pain, he knew her in dreams, and embracing him, she sang this counter charm, the Song of Diana. Endemone, Endemone, Endemone. By the love I feel, which I shall ever feel until I die, the crosses on my bed I make. 3 crosses on thy bed I make, and then 3 wild horse chestnuts take. In that bed the nuts I hide, and then the window open wide, that the full moon may cast her light upon a love as fair and bright. And so I pray to her above to give wild rapture to our love, and cast her fire in either heart, which wildly loves to never part. And one thing more I beg of thee, if any one enamored be, and in my aid his love hath placed, unto his call I'll come in haste. So it came to pass that the fair goddess made love with Endemone, as if they had been awake, yet communing in dreams. And so it is to this day, that whoever would make love with him or her who sleeps should have recourse to the beautiful Tanna, and so doing there will be success. This legend, while agreeing in many details with the classical myth, is strangely intermingled with practices of witchcraft, but even these, if investigated, would all prove to be as ancient as the rest of the text. Thus, the sheep's intestine used instead of the red woolen bag which is employed in beneficent magic, the red and black ribbon which mingles threads of joy and woe, the peacock's feather, or la penna maligna, pepper and salt, occur in many other incantations, but always to bring evil and cause suffering. I have never seen it observed, but it is true that Keats, in his exquisite poem of Endymion, completely departs from or ignores the whole spirit and meaning of the ancient myth, while in this rude witch song it is minutely developed the conception that is that of a beautiful youth furtively kissed in his slumber by Diane of reputed chastity. The ancient myth is, to begin with, one of darkness and light, or day and night, from which are born the 51, now 52, weeks of the year. This is Diana, the night, and Apollo, the sun, or light in another form. It is expressed as lovemaking during sleep, which, when it occurs in real life, generally has for active agent someone who, without being absolutely modest, wishes to preserve appearances. The established character of Diana among the initiated, for which she was bitterly reviled by the fathers of the church, was that of a beautiful hypocrite who pursued armors in silent secrecy. Thus, as the moon Endymion lay with her, so did, I don't know about this name, Hippolytus and Barberio, on which the reader may consult Tertullian. De Fausta Reglone, Liber 2, chapter 17, and Picade Mirandula La Strega. But there is an exquisitely stable, delicately strange idea or ideal in the conception of the apparently chaste, clear, cold moon casting her living light by stealth into the hidden recesses of darkness and acting in the occult mysteries of love or dreams. So it's struck Byron as an original thought that the sun does not shine on half the forbidden deeds which the moon witnesses. And this is emphasized in the Italian witch poem. In it, the moon is distinctly invoked as protectress of a strange and secret armor, and as the deity to be especially invoked for such lovemaking. The one invoking says that the window is opened, that the moon may shine splendidly on the bed, even as our love is bright and beautiful. And I pray her to give great rapture to Fogo, to us. The quivering, mysteriously beautiful light of the moon, which seems to cast a spirit of intelligence or emotion over silent nature, and dimly half-awakened itch, raising shadows into thoughts and causing every tree and rock to assume the semblance of a living form, but one which, while shimmering and breathing, still sleeps in a dream, could not escape the Greeks, and they expressed it as Diana embracing Endymion, but as night is the time sacred to secrecy, and as the true Diana of the mysteries was the queen of the night, who wore the crescent moon, and mistress of all hidden things, including sweet secret sins, and loved inquiries. That's not a word. Somebody typoed that. There was attached to this myth far more than meets the eye, and just in the degree to which Diana was believed to be queen of the emancipated witches and of night, or the nocturnal Venus Astarte herself, so far would the love for the sleeping Endymion be understood as sensual, yet sacred and allegorical, and it's entirely in this sense that the witches in Italy, who may claim with some right to be its true inheritors, have preserved and understood the myth. It is a realization of forbidden or secret love, with attraction to the dimly seen, beautiful by moonlight with the fairy or witch like charm of the supernatural, a romance, all combined in a single strange form, the spell of the night. There's a dangerous silence in that hour, a stillness which leaves room for the full soul to open all itself without the power of calling wholly back to its self-control. The silver light which, hollowing tree and tower, sheds beauty and deep softness o'er the whole, breathes also to the heart and o'er it throws a loving languor which is not repose. This is what is meant by the myth of Diana and Endymion. It is the making divine or aesthetic, which to the Greeks was one and the same. That which is impassioned, secret, and forbidden. It was the charm of the stolen waters, which are sweets, intensified to poetry. And it is remarkable that it has been so strangely preserved in Italian witch traditions. And there's a footnote here. And whoever did these footnotes really didn't know what they were doing, by the way. According to all evil witchcraft in the world, especially among the black voodoos, any individual can be injured or killed if the magician can obtain any portion of the person, however small, especially a lock of their hair. This is especially described in Diedorf, the Islander, a romance of La Motte Fouquet. The exchange of locks by lovers is possibly connected with magic. Marioni de India, a strong charm against evil, hence frequently carried against rheumatism, etc., and the three should come from one shell. The reader will find them described in my Etrusco Roman remains. The sun set and uprose the yellow moon, the devils in the moon for mischief. They who called her chaste, methinks, began too soon. Their nomenclature, that is not for a day, the longest, nor the 21st of June, sees half the businesses in a wicked way, on which these signal hours of moonshine smile. Don Juan 113. So actually, I think we're going to end there today. We'll go on with chapter 10 next week, because that took a little longer than I thought it was going to. So, blessed be. Have a great week.